The following events were recorded as they happened at the Hospital for Sick Children in Toronto. On this episode of Life's Little Miracles, Karyim's facial surgery, and Ashley struggles to breathe. Three-month-old Ashley was born with a malformed airway. Her larynx is too narrow, causing her to have difficulty breathing. Ashley's condition leaves her too exhausted to feed well, putting her at risk of poor physical and mental development. Today, Ashley will undergo surgery in the hope that doctors can widen her larynx to give her a normal airway.
Now we can put your clothes on so you're not cold as a clam, eh? Okay. Now, when she was born, did she have respiratory, like this problem was evident right away?
It was obvious. It was like 20 times louder than it is now.
No,
like when she came out, right? Like when she came out, it was like really obvious. And they just pretty much like took her away right away.
If you have any questions, if you're kind of unsure.
Yeah, the one question I want to ask, I think it was our family doctor or something that mentioned that if she's having difficulty breathing afterwards or something like that, perhaps a tube might be inserted.
If she got into, if she was having difficulty breathing after the procedure because of swelling, that, they would find it necessary to intubate her. But it's because this is her first time through, so, yeah. Poor thing. Okay? Okay.
13-year-old Karyim was born with Treacher Collins Syndrome, which results in malformations to the face and skull. He has already had 16 reconstructive surgeries. 2 years ago, doctors implanted a bone-anchored hearing aid in the side of Karyim's skull to restore his hearing.
How's that? Wow. Is that pretty good?
Now, Karyim is having difficulty fully closing his eyes, putting him at risk of infection and injury to his corneas. Today, he will undergo extensive surgery to rebuild his eyelids and protect his vision from damage.
Dr. Collins, like to see you for a few minutes.
Hey, Karyim. How are you? Are you all set? Yeah. Can you have a seat over here so we can just have a few things? So, Karyim, the plan today is to try and do something to lift up the soft tissues of your cheeks. And as we talked about, the two alternatives are to put a skin graft in there, which really doesn't look very good, or to try and take all the soft tissue which is down in here and then resuspend it and pull it up and attaching it to the bone. But also the other thing I'd like to do is to take a little strip of tissue from your leg and use that to thread under the eyelid to pull the eyelid up as well and gives a little bit more support. There'll be a small scar on your leg as a result of that.
I already have one right here too, from my Baja.
I can use the same scar then.
Okay.
So you're not going to take the top off? This is not going to be taken off again?
I'm not going to, no, I don't plan on taking any bone or anything
relief.
like that. And then the other thing that if you wanted we could consider doing is to put some more tissue in the cheek area in the form of an implant, a MedPore implant. And a MedPore is a plastic implant because it still looks like your cheekbones are on the small side. And so we can do that all through the same incision. Okay, I'll see you downstairs. I'll let you get organized. Okay, thanks. Bye, Karyim.
Does anybody call
You want to know? Yeah? Well, that's okay. Yeah. Me too. Yeah. So we're just going to spread the larynx and open it up, and then we'll make the divisions in the larynx so that it stays nice and wide. And as I said, we'll give her a little bit of medicine that'll decrease swelling. But I would presume that whatever she is now, 24 hours from now, she'll be exactly here. But between then and now, she'll potentially get worse, noisier, trouble breathing, right, because of swelling. I always go through this. First 24 hours can be less fun than, you say.
She'll improve?
She'll improve.
From the cases that you've done, greatly improved?
Oh, yeah.
Greatly improved?
Yeah. Yeah, she will not be the loudest snorer in the house anymore. All right?
here outside the house too.
Yeah, that'll be much better.
Okay. So I'm going to be taking her in shortly. I'm going to take her if you want to give her a little kiss.
Probe me. We just open our cords the old-fashioned way. There you go. Your cords are open now. Hold the back off just a bit there, Wynn. Let me see the TV. Okay, this is the larynx, and there's a tube going through it. And this fold between this, you see that little fold that being stretched right there? That's what we're going to divide. That's too narrow, and it's closing the larynx. So we're just going to divide this with the laser, and then stretch it wide open. Stand by, please. Suction. And just put it till I can see it, then we'll pull it back an inch. Hold that, please. Stand by, Wynn.
Yep, on standby.
Now we'll just stabilize it so we don't move it.
Light around 0.7, 16 watts, repeat. Just say when.
Okay, Wynn. I'm just going to take a bit more here, and then I'll go to the other side.
Hi there, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just a little nervous.
Yeah. I think what we'll do is what was done last time. We'll put you off to sleep with some gas, okay? How does that sound?
I was never too fond of the gas.
Well, I'm afraid. I
No choice.
appreciate you might not be, but I think and in this sort of situation, you know, it's a matter of what's the best. And we'll try and make it pleasant as possible. If you want, you can have a flavoured mask to breathe as well. No, you didn't.
I had a flavored mask with like strawberries,
Uh-huh.
and it put me to sleep. And now I can't
You can't
bear
feel.
to eat strawberries.
I thought you might say that. It's up to you. What we'll do is we'll give you a little bit of stuff just to make you feel a bit more relaxed, okay? And I think it's a matter of doing the best thing for you.
Let me guess, you're nervous?
Yeah, a little.
Wow. That's very nervous, right?
We're ready to go.
So we have a minute?
Yes.
Jesus, we God, thank you for help and strength, oh God. Let the God of praise and with this covering by the blood of Jesus Christ, oh God. And we thank you, God, we cover him in Jesus' name and we ask you.
I love you both. Yep. Don't worry, I'll be back soon.
I'll just suck out the cords a bit. I think you can appreciate that we sort of opened up the larynx now, that it's wide open. You can see the cords now without any fuss at all. We've taken this piece of tissue here, the epiglottis, and allowed it to move forward naturally where it wants to go. Okay, we are officially done this case. Hey crew, all done. Everything's perfect. It's fine. This is the larynx, so you can barely see her vocal cords, the tubes going in.
So this is what's been laserized?
Yeah, I just lasered right there. And I cleaned it off. It was all sort of charred, burned. Okay, guys, I'll see you soon upstairs.
Okay, good.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Lift up the head and the line, that'd be great. Great, thank you. Okay, so if you want to start here, I'm going to cut the scar out, okay? So this this is kind of like the belts and the suspenders.
For both kids?
Yeah. So I can use that to lift the corner of the eye up and then fix it, hopefully, into the bone. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is probably put the implants in. So the implants are going to slide in to build the cheekbone outwards, to give it more support. So this is the MedPore, which is a plastic implant, and because of its porosity, blood vessels will grow into it. And a screw, please, Daisy. Okay, see how you are. Work. You see that? So, and I can get in there on top.
Up here?
Yeah. The trick is just to try to angle up.
Yeah.
Let's just try it like this. Yeah.
There's not much bone going that way.
No. I think given the constraints of the soft tissue envelope, I don't think it's going to rotate, so I think we'll be okay with just one. And that looks pretty good there.
Yeah, it does.
And we'll need some 3/0 stainless steel wire. And some local. So the plan is to overcorrect it like this. You see how things acanthus up? We'll put a wire on the canthus. We'll also put a little thing of fascia lata, a little strip of it to hopefully provide better support. You can use that at the end. Okay, and then pull. Pull. Okay, so the fascia is now coming out here, and I'm just going to fix the attachment of the fascia with a stitch. I'll do the same on your side, and then we'll start closing.
It's going to be a challenge for you guys to keep her in a coupette. I brought the coupette down there because if she wants to be held constantly, so you'll have to...
Well, I'll just try and set her down and see what she does.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
All right. We'll
She's
put the
pretty
monitor
sleepy here.
back on.
Yeah.
Eh?
Eh?
Oh, I'll take it. I'll take it.
So this just keeps more of the humidified air around her. She breathes that in, it's cool and it's wet, which will help her throat. You put ice before the air, so what she's getting is cold air to help breathe in. And basically it's kind of like putting ice on a sprained ankle or something. Just helps the swelling stay down as well. Okay, I'm just gonna go get report and then we'll take your temperature and stuff.
Took a little piece of tissue from the leg, and I used it to lift up the corners of the eyes. And when you see him, you'll see that the right eye and the left eye look a little bit different. The left eye has a little bit of pinching. The only thing that I did a little bit differently was I took some MedPore behind the ears. Since everything was exposed, I thought we'd just bring the ears out a little bit.
Great.
So that's one less thing that we have to do for Karyim.
He'd be glad because he wants to wear sunglasses so badly. So with that
Well, hopefully it'll help a little bit. He'll still need some work behind the ear, but at least this is one less thing that he'll need to help along the way.
Still swollen. See, we have a hearing aid you might like to try.
Karyim?
Hi, Karyim. Can you hear me? Karyim? Yeah? Are you okay? Yeah? Good. Everything went well? Hello. Doctor said everything is okay. Okay? Love you. Okay.
You know what? Just get Ray sunglasses. You know that? Yeah, your ears is done. So you might get Ray sunglasses, okay? Is that neat? Yeah?
Better? Any worse?
It's pretty good, I think.
Yeah?
I think so.
What do you think?
I don't know. She had 3 feeds so far.
Well,
It's
She
so
spit up a
smiling
little
over
bit in the first one. She came the second, and then the last
Hey,
one
you.
she
you.
only had 3 ounces.
You smart and thing?
Threw up about half an ounce.
It's not too noisy. So you get the boot today, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Call me if there's any problems, but there won't be. This is it. I mean, that was the worst 24 hours now. She'll just improve.
So, like, we should see, like, the swelling going down. Like, it's not going to increase at this particular
That's
point
right.
in time.
That's right. Next time I see her, she's going to be perfect.
Guarantee that.
Okay, absolutely. I'll see you soon.
Okay, great.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. See ya. There you go, you can go home. Okay, let's pack it up, Johnny.
Hey, Karyim. How are you?
Okay.
You look a bit
Very
scary.
swollen, but otherwise I'm okay.
You look a bit scary like that. Can I have a peek at you? Can we take off that thing off your eye?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, let's take these ice packs off for a second. There, that's the guy I know. Karyim, this looks very good. I'm very pleased. How was your night last night?
Oh, well, I had some pleased to say it was a very good night.
We just have to make sure that you're sleeping okay and that you're not obstructing and that the swelling's coming down nicely.
What do you want to do? You want to lay down? No? You just want to sit here?
She said you have to get up.
Oh, you have to get up and walk around a little. So which way do you want to go?
Can I ask you a question?
Down
My
that
mom
way?
asked
She said to walk, so just get this.
Oh, I see. To get your balance. Yeah, to get your balance. Yeah, so get used to moving around. Okay, where do you want to go now? You want to go back? Okay, we get you home now. Okay. Can you walk or you need a wheelchair?
Oh, no, I can walk.
Yeah? You sure you don't want a wheelchair? Pretty sure? Bye.
This nice doctor.
Okay, now, so tell me, how is it feel? What do you think?
I'd like to see you.
I know,
I weighed her a couple days ago. She weighed like 14.5 pounds. I could just feel by lifting her, like she just seemed to put like weight on really fast.
She's nice and quiet. Good color.
So much quieter.
Well, Sheriff, I think our job here in Dodge is done.
Now that Ashley's airway has been repaired, she is breathing quietly and feeding well. Ashley continues to gain weight, and she is no longer at risk of falling behind in her development.
Hey, everybody. Have a seat. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good. How's your face feel?
It's feeling wonderful. It's like it's not chilling as much, like with all the wind on my face, and it's feeling and it's looking a lot better.
Have you noticed that you've been able to close your eyes any easier?
It's not as dry. It's not as much crusting. It's
Okay.
better.
Let's have a closer look at you here. Well, listen, from my point of view, I think things look very good at this point in time. There's been, I think, a nice improvement. This may not be the end of the story, but that's really something that's up to you to decide on. If there are areas that you'd like to have some more improvement on, then I think that we can sit down and talk again. But for the time being, I think we should let you take a break for a while. Is that reasonable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, my sunglasses. So I brought them to show you.
All right, let's have a look.
They fit a little bit better.
Oh man, you look cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I am definitely impressed.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Karyim and I just started grade 9 at Dumbarton High School in Pickering.
5 months after his surgery, Karyim has made a full recovery.
I was afraid and worried that people would stare at me because of my facial difference and because of my bone-anchored hearing aid. But on the contrary, I found my assumptions to be flawed.
Although Treacher Collins Syndrome may present Karyim with more challenges in the future, he is eager to get back to his active life as a high school student and ambassador for children with craniofacial differences.
In conclusion, I hope that you as educators will influence your students as my educators have influenced me.
On the next episode of Life's Little Miracles, Kayla's hip surgery and Michelle's ear reconstruction.